You may remember a few days ago I told you about some of the remarkable emails that we received, some of them very encouraging. Well, we have just received one. I just got to read it to you. And I'm sure the person will not mind me using their name. Their name is Jill Couples from Northern Ireland. And this email is just remarkable. The heading is, "My grandfather was your first convert," and his name was Crothers. I remember Andy Crothers, but I have to tell you and Jill, and also the general viewing public, the circumstances of how your grandfather was led to the Lord. I was very young. I can't remember exactly, but it was in my late teens. I remember I got a group of young people, and on Sunday evenings we went down into the Glasgow Street area. That's off York Road, which leads to the Shore Road one way and York Street on the other in Belfast, to hold a street meeting. And the young people surrounded me, kind of a ring around me, and I, as a very young preacher, I would preach the gospel. And I remember the first night in the street meeting with generally non-church people, 28 souls came forward to accept Christ. And I remember the second Sunday night, 19 people came forward. And I don't know how I remember those two figures, but very clearly. But then I got a message. The message was that a street away, a man was listening upstairs in his bedroom with his window open. Of course, I had a microphone, so the voice drifted, and this man heard it. And I was asked, would you please visit this gentleman? So that night, when the open air street meeting closed, I went round to that home. They led me upstairs, very small bedroom, and there I met Mr. Crothers. I must say that I was familiar with the name Andy Crothers because he knew my father, Scotty Hale, very well. So then I had the joy of talking to him and leading him to the Lord. I'll read what Jill says here. It says, now that's after all these years, just like to say hello. This is Andy's granddaughter. Just like to say hello after all these years. I went to your church as a child in Belfast. My mother was Sadie, my aunt Hattie. I remember Hattie Crothers, Sadie. They were at the church at York Road. Thank you for the fantastic teaching we had then, and I'm so glad it's still going on. I would love to hear back from you. God bless you. Let me just say this, Jill. It's terrific to hear from you. I loved your grandfather. He knew my father very well. My father was Scotty Hale, known as the Accordion King. A lot of people knew him, and they were friends. I heard my dad talk about Andy Crothers several times, and it was a joy to lead him to the Lord. And to know that you, Jill, his granddaughter, after all these years, how long ago is that? It's got to be 55, 56, 57 years ago, somewhere in there. And to know that you're going on with the Lord. I want to know more about you. You can send me a private email. Let me know more about you. Let me know more about your family, and so forth and so on. And of course, I want you to know this, Jill. If you're ever in this Florida area, you've got to stop by and see us and see this magnificent tabernacle in the wilderness and this magnificent antique Bible museum. The truth is this, that Jesus said he wanted us to bear fruit and that the fruit should remain. And now, not just regarding Andy, who passed away, your grandfather, as did my dad, but through his family. It's obvious that you are rejoicing in the Lord, and you said the words, God bless. You should look up our internet and YouTube. There's many things on it there. But in the meantime, Jill, the Lord richly bless you and each member of your individual family. And I just praise the Lord for every one of you. God bless. See you next time.